I'm really glad to introduce someone who I met on the West Coast. Someone told me that they had met this poet who was one of the most sublime and brilliant poets that they've ever come across. And I thought they were jibing me. But after I saw Shango read, I said, you know what?
All right.
That's true. So anyway, we've also appointed him the head of our security, you know, our undercover security part of it, to help the police, because, you know, we all want to remain good citizens. So, no, God bless Steve. You know, I know he's in a good place up there, you know, with all those angels and whoever else is up there. And now, Tongo Eisen Martin, who is who was celebrated by City Lights, his first book. So anyway, I'll back announce it. You can tell by my tires that not everybody who's driven with me is still alive. Also, that I like my drinks neat, bottled, and in a bus stop. Also, that we're drowning in precinct paper, department store floor plans, and applications to the moon. And we can change the color of our snot from gifted to heart attack and tell you about ashes, but where are all these angels coming from, smelling like the cigarette that fails? And why is the man on the safe side, these headlights freezing up? You got nothing to say at my funeral, I'll speak on your behalf. Heroin in my smile. Mountain made a flatland robbery among some things on my mind. The last store run in the name of shared afterlife, Friday to the filter, I'm a tall tale on earth. But here's to that angel that never appeared to America, and a night of dog paddle, and a batch of hangovers looking for a home. You know, a liar wouldn't have lived this long. That's my humor when fences speak. On a pair of rambling dice that got unique tempers and young souls that say shut up about our city. Here title must crash over a coast-wide line. The street's teeth are in pieces. There's reservoir art on the faces of stragglers. This sad news from back home that mean we have to grow up on his behalf. Stumble back to a car full of last stand. The truth is stale, but still liquor. Mission Street will be proud of me. I'm a mural man, almost organized. Remember when my lungs would wake up last, walking all morning. If it was worth it, man, I'm 3 decades homeless. Yeah. And reservoir art is all I ever see. And I'm 2,000 miles from my first fight. Maybe no one really survived. Maybe I wrote my first poem for no reason. A tour guide through your robbery, I also am. Cigarette saying, look what I did about your silence. Ransom water and box spring gold. This decade is only for accent grooming, I guess. Ransom water and box spring gold, the corner store must die. War games, I guess, all these tongues rummage junk. The start of mass destruction begins and ends in restaurant bathrooms that some people use and other people clean. You telling me it's a rag in the sky? Waiting for you, yes. We've written a scene, we set a stage. You know, we should have fit in. Warehouse jobs are for communists, but now more corridor and hallway have walked into our lives. Now the whistling is less playful and the barbed wire overcrowded too, my dear. If it is not a city, it is a prison. If it has a prison, it is a prison, not a city. When the courtyard talks on behalf of military issue, all walks take place outside of the body. Dear life to your left, the medieval painting to your right. None of this really makes an impression. Crowd people living in thin air. You have 5 minutes to learn how to see through this breeze. When a mask goes sideways, barbed wire becomes the floor, barbed wire becomes the roof. 40 feet into the sky becomes out of bounds. When a mask breaks in half, mind which way the eyes go. You know they killed the world for the sake of giving everyone the same backstory. We watching Gary, Indiana fight itself into the sky. Old pennies for wind, for that wind feeling you get before the hood goes up and over your headache. Pennies that stick together, mocking all aspirations. I mean, Stuck Together Pennies was the first newspaper I ever read, along with the storefront dwelling army that always lets us down, where the Holy Spirit favors the back room, souls in a situation that offer 100 ways to remain a loser, souls watching the clock, hoping their eyes don't lie to sad people. What was we talking about again? The narrator asked the graveyard. 10 minutes flat, said the graveyard. The funeral only took 10 minutes. Never tell that to anyone again. You just gonna pin the 90s on me? All 30 years of them? Then watch all those difference between sleeping satire, the pyramid and corner stores fell on our heads. We dive right away. That building wants to climb up and jump off another building. These are downtown decisions somewhere on this planet. It's August 7th and we running down the rest, thinking one more needs to come with me, man. What evaporated on Earth so that we could be set back down? The next reader is one of the original Umbra people, Rashida Ismaili. And she is right here. She lives very close to Central Park, and I know the marathon is passing your house.
What does one say almost 60 years later when someone goes so suddenly without a goodbye, who takes with him those others who tread these streets almost 60 years ago? And for those who remain, we must call those names. Joe Overstreet, Joe Johnson. We must not forget Steve Cannon, who wrote, who spoke, who agitated, who taught, who annoyed, who drank, who womanized, who did all the things that most human beings do openly rather than secretly. Who loved people in spite of sometimes his gruff manner. But Steve was committed to the craft of writing good poetry, good work. And when he said read the poem, he meant stop explaining. The poem should speak for itself. And sometimes we forget that. In the bravado of the moment of egoism, we forget that. Let's not forget Steve. Remember Ismail Reed. We were all young once, and now some of you are very young. You weren't born at the time that I'm talking about, but it did exist. And there was a place called the Lower East Side where artists could come and share a meal and be kind with each other and be lovingly critical of each other and encourage us to write the best that we could. That's what read the poem means. Always remember Steve Cannon. He not only wrote his work, but he also published. And on 9th Street, there should be some placard that says, here, Steve Cannon, Joe Johnson, Ismail Reed, Askia Touré lived in this building. And next 2 blocks away, there should be a placard that says, Archie Shepp lived here. Before, I'm saying this is what we must do. So let us remember Steve in the best way by doing the best we can, by writing the best work we can, by painting the most fabulous work that Joe Overstreet would say, yeah, I might put that up on my wall. You know, do your best, because we really do need kindness, and we need goodness. We need work of integrity, work of honesty, work that speaks well, and read the poem. Thank you.
I hope I did a good job.
Look, I saw you being positive. That's why I said 1, 3, 4, 5.
You got it right on the money. You're like, I know what's wrong with him.
Steve Cannon, hasta la vista. Steve Cannon, a la cañona que en poesía descanse. I met him in the early 80s. I met Papoleto, I met Alguerin, I met Lois Griffith, I met Bimbo Rivas, I met Bob Holman, I met Mary Elizabetta, met Henderson L. David, met Sandy Esteves, heard about Diane Burns, La Quequema, met Stephanie La Smith de Oklahoma, met La Nancy, y tantos, tantos otros. Steve it was time of the New Eurekan Cafe when it was still the New Eurekan or Boricua, where it represented us, the poets, poetas, PRs without the US, the PR Poets Cafe before it was a rich little boy's plaything. Steve Cannon, hasta la vista, Steve Cannon, a la cañona. When we met, he kissed my hand, como Fellini, Only later did he love me madly. Every time we saw, we knew it was love at last sight. Steve Cannon, a la cañona. Later on, you wrote or had an assistant write a Jerome Foundation grant and offered me in House Silhouette, Queen's Poet Laureate, some readings and even some moolah, which took a little time getting to us. But I called you, and with a gentle reminder, we almost got paid. Gracias, Steve Cannon, que en poesía descanse. Steve Cannon, presente. Steve Cannon, siempre. Steve Cannon, felicidades siempre en tu vida. Steve Cannon, te echamos de menos, we throw you less, because we miss you madly. Te extrañamos. You make us feel strange without you. We miss you. Steve Cannon, hasta la vista. Steve Cannon, a la cañona. Steve Cannon, que en poesía descanses siempre.
Siempre.
You know, Steve.
I'm his granddaughter, and that's my
All right. And who are you? You're a granddaughter too? And
I'm Sharissa, Steve's daughter.
I'm Cannon, I'm Steve's grandson.
your first name is Cannon.
Nice.
Cool. So you guys are Melanie's sisters.
Yes.
Yes.
Melanie's sisters.
Right.
And nieces and nephews.
And nieces and nephews and
other nephews, other grandsons.
What we've got to do here is somehow, maybe if they played, they could help us get there, is the Rebirth Brass Band from New Orleans.
This is Naomi who thinks she's a sister. She's confused.
She earned it.
This is
That's right.
And this is Jerry. And this is Nicole. This is Sarah. Where the rest of the Cannon? Seth. Cannon.
Here we go, Steve.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. How much enthusiasm for Papa Level?